Okay, David.
Hey, Mike. David Moore, Dallas Morning News. I always talk to you about.
David, can you wait for Clarence, please?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry.
My God, every day.
Consistent though, Mike. Clarence is so consistent.
I'll tell you what.
Gracious.
Same attire, same schedule.
You good, bud?
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
No more questions.
Okay.
That's an end.
You're good. Is that it?
Yeah. We always ask you about fundamentals and technique, but how much time do you spend with the players on rule changes, looking at fouls, the first flags they had the previous year, working on that technique, and how much time do you schedule to go over the rules and kind of emphasize that from OTAs and even into here?
I mean, really going back to the OTAs, we have a segment, our team meetings, it's game management. There's also a segment, Cowboy Sixes, which really the 6 fundamentals of Cowboy football. So I would say it's a daily emphasis. We've been fortunate now. We're on our second group of officials that are here. So they're integrated into our meetings, which I think is awesome. So yeah, I would say we put a significant amount of time and energy into all those things.
Clarence Hill, 4-Star Telegram. Third time you see the Rams in less than a week. Is the emphasis different this time and what you're looking for in this game? Practice, excuse me.
Well, you could really split it offensively and defensively. There's some things that, Sean would like to see and compete against as far as our defense, and it's no different for us offensively. And Chris is going to accommodate us there too. Just some things that they do that they're working on, and then they're a week further into their training camp. We're kind of at the end of our install phase. We're in 9A and 9B is what we've been working on this week. So to get those things looked at today is really the focal point. So situationally, probably pretty similar to last week's work. A little more work with the numbers. The first group will go more reps today, but yeah, there's definitely been some customization to where they are as a team and not where they are, what they're emphasizing as a team, and what we're trying to emphasize this week.
With installs?
Excuse me?
You're not done with installs?
Well, the first 8 are in, yeah. So prepare for a long season.
Okay.
Mike, Todd Archer with ESPN. You've done it before, I think your first year in Green Bay, but when you start multiple, and I'm not saying you are, but when you start multiple rookies on the offensive line, is there a trepidation about that, or what are the things you look for to feel confident enough with young guys in there?
Well, I think it's real important that just every situation is different. Those jobs are earned, and sometimes they happen because of injury too. So I just think staying in tune with this specific situation and just make sure that the rookies or any of our players are prepared and ready to go. So yeah, it's always a little different. It's usually not the same, but there's definitely elements of it that we can draw from all of our past experiences. We've had players. I'm going through the offensive coaches. The ones with a lot of experience. Mike Solari, Brian Schottenheimer. So we've all been through this before, and so we feel like it's we have a good handle on what we need to do to get these guys ready.
With Trayvon, is his ramp up? Is he getting closer to doing team stuff yet?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'd like to do a little more this week. He's getting close. So we're just trying to be smart.
John Machado with The Athletic. With Dak coming out of that last time when you guys practiced against the Rams, had a little bit of ankle soreness the next day. Do you plan on him doing any less today than maybe he did?
No, he's a full participant today, yes.
Alvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Since you lost Sam Williams, how has Nealon and some of those other guys looked at the other?
Yeah, definitely. Marshawn's done a nice job. I think clearly, the amount of reps that he received in the game was also tied to his work last week in the Rams practice. You'll see that again today. So yeah, I think we obviously got the new guys that we're still breaking in. Chauncey's gone out there and played some big end. I like what he did. He had some really good plays in the game. So I think the biggest thing too, not only really the individuals, but it's really getting the techniques, getting that part right, and make sure we're getting everything fitted together, the fundamentals, techniques, and the calls. And because there's so much that you do in the off season, and as far as Mike Zimmer getting the scheme taught, but now it's really they're getting to feel how he's going to call the game, and that's where going back to question earlier, you'll see the Rams offense and our defense, they'll be in more call it type plays, where our offense versus their defense, we're still there's an installation mode to it too, so we won't be in call it as much as them. So but that's all part of it.
Saw Yusuf with The Athletic. Mike, with Cooper Beebe, when he was making the transition, there was a lot of talk about how he was just snapping the ball to anything, anybody, whatever. But mentally, what's the transition that a player has to make to be able to set the protections, all that stuff, and who does he work with to grow in that area?
Well, did you see the snap to his mom? Nothing like family, right? So no, I mean it's. I think it shows you the way Cooper's wired, but. We felt that he did a nice job in the game. We didn't have any issues, but also we play our first game on the road, and so we got to start getting ready for those types of things. This is our first away game up there in Las Vegas, so I mean that's always the next step for any center or guard. Anybody that's has high responsibility in the communication part of it. So yeah, it's important for him to take the next step.
Mentally, who is he working with?
I mean the coaches. Frankly, it's something we work on every day. I mean, we don't have a meeting as a staff or a meeting as an offense or where we're not working on our cadence. Our cadence was not good enough the first couple of years here, and it's something that last year we changed it, and made it a priority. So yeah, it's a constant with us.
Hi, Mike. Understand that the business side is business, but when it comes to the business of Dak and CeeDee, is there a time when you feel like that needs to be settled for you to be able to prepare the football team how you want to make sure they're ready for the season?
Yeah, I loved your question because the answer was in it. It's business. It really is, and I think that you have to separate those things. But yeah, we're always working towards our goal, and then. I think like anything, that's the beauty of training camp, beauty of being out here when we need to, do extra or get more one-on-one attention, and you're able to get that done in, this time of year. So, and then, if it carries further, then we'll adjust. So, it's, all those situations usually have a different turn or twist and turn. That's just the way they go. So, but, we'll be prepared and ready to work through it.
Coach, a little bit more on Cooper. Saw him getting reps at both guard and center yesterday. What gives you the confidence he can play either? And then what are you looking for out of him today?
Well, I just want, I want to see him handle more reps. He's going to be working with the first group some today. So, and Brock's doing a good job too. We got, this is just not solely about his development too. It's the, the flexibility, position flex is critical when he's, because in 2 weeks here we'll be, deciding on the 53. So, so that's part of it. But, I just want to see him get more comfortable, playing more freely. And, I think it's like anything, doing the right thing is the first step, and doing the right thing with the proper technique and fundamentals is the next step. So he plays with good energy, good finish. So, he's very natural in that competitive component. So I just want to see him play with some better technique and fundamentals.
Mike, how different does Jordan Lewis look to you this year?
Well, he definitely looks different. I think, I just remember the X-rays of the injury, and that that was career threatening, his injury, and to watch him work back last year, and I think like all of our players that are coming back from a major injury or big time joint injury, there's the first, they got to go through the first practice, the first padded practice, and so to watch Jay Lou go through that last year and play at a high level, I just think he's playing with as much confidence and that's right enough because he's always played with such great confidence. But we don't even think about the injury anymore. I know I don't. Where I think last year you were watching his movement real closely and just seeing he could still do the things that was necessary to play the nickel position. But it's an afterthought now.
Dave Loeffler, Cowboys Radio. Mike, with obviously you're wanting to see all you can of Trey Lance, but the Cooper Rush's position. You know, he's not a guy that's at 100 starts, a Joe Flacco to be ready. Do you feel like you need to get him ready as well in these preseason games, give him that game action?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's, play time is, something we'll spend a lot of time on, and Cooper spoils us a little bit because of, his maturity, just the way he handles everything. I think he can be, and frankly has been, a guy that does it with not a high number of reps. So, but yeah, it's definitely part of our conversation when we line up and decide how we're going to play this game. But I don't see him getting much more this week than he got last week. Is what I'm anticipating today. We'll see what the rest of the week brings. But yeah, but no, that's I think you got to be careful there. Yeah.
Okay. On Cooper's, is he unusual in the quarterbacks you've been with from the standpoint that with minimal practice time, he still has a pretty high level of efficiency when he's gone into the games?
Well, let me ask you this: how many attempts did Cooper have in college? Anybody know? Started a lot of games, didn't he?
Yes. I don't know the next.
Well, you guys are historians. Okay.
600.
A bunch.
A bunch. Over 1,300?
Sure.
Sure. So yeah, I mean he's an experienced quarterback. He's played a lot of the position. I get what you're saying as far as his snaps currently this year and so forth. So I do look at him as a veteran in just the way he conducts himself. I mean he's he's on top of everything in the meetings. His footwork I think is significantly better. He's a great resource for our younger players. So, but I do agree with Babe's question. I think you got to be smart here and be cautious.
I didn't phrase it well, but I mean last year with Will Greer and this year, he seemed comfortable. We can give the other guy more snaps, and it's not going to compromise his ability to get ready, or we know what he can do going into the season.
Thank you for making the point. I feel to made that point. So, thanks for the help today, guys. It's about time. I mean, my God, I've been carrying you guys' asses the whole training camp, by the way, too. So, thank you. Thank you.
I was trying to, you didn't see it. So, can you just comment?
Go Cowboys!
That was the press conference from Mike McCarthy, and he discussed a couple things, man. He discussed a couple of intricate things, and I took notes, just so y'all don't think I'm on here capping. I did take notes while the actual press conference was going on. We'll go over that a little bit. We'll discuss some upcoming things, some of my thoughts about the Raiders, my thoughts about this joint practice we're having with the Rams today. So, the most important thing that I got from the Mike McCarthy press conference, Dak Prescott, who missed, he missed like the previous practice, not this last practice, but the practice before the actual preseason game opened up. He missed that with a sore ankle. Now, I wasn't really worried about it when it was announced. He's starting quarterback. You got to make sure you got proper maintenance on his body. Dak Prescott today will be a full go in the joint practice. So you ain't got to worry about anything. Rain Dakota Prescott is fine, and he'll be out there slanging the pill like crack rock, man. So, if you were concerned about Dak Prescott, if you were concerned about his ankle, if you were concerned about any of those things going on, don't trip. Dak Prescott will be a full participant in today's joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams. Another thing to take note of, the most important thing, he said you will see more of his starters. More of the starters for the Dallas Cowboys will play, against the Rams today. Now, last time that we had a joint practice, Cooper Rush took snaps against them. Trey Lance took snaps against them. Dak Prescott took snaps. From the way that he is talking, it appears that Dak Prescott, Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, all those guys will be the primary people going up against the Rams. And I probably will expect the Rams ones to play a little bit more as well as we continue to ramp up towards the first regular season game. O.S. Tyler said, any word on CeeDee's contract? There is nothing substantial being said about CeeDee Lamb's contract at this point in time. They haven't said anything about it. Like, they're still up and trying to figure it out. No news has come about it. So I don't know, man. Nothing new on the CeeDee Lamb front. Now, do I think the contract gets done? Of course. I still believe that the contract gets done. I still believe that, CeeDee Lamb will be a Dallas Cowboy long term. But when it happens, what the price point is, or any of that, I have no earthly idea. It said, hopefully soon. I think they don't want to let CeeDee break all the wide receiver records. They hating because CeeDee doesn't bend to their will. Hey, Chris, I try to be on it, man. I try to, stay ahead of the curve and report on everything that I can report on, man. I love to bring y'all content and just let y'all know what's going on out here in this Dallas Cowboys space. So yeah, man. So just to keep going through the notes. Dak Prescott is fine. If you're just now coming in here, these are some of the important talking points that we got from Mike McCarthy's interview. Dak Prescott is completely healthy and fine. He will be a full participant in the joint practice today. And you will see more of the Dallas Cowboys starters in the joint scrimmage. So less Trey Lance, less Cooper Rush, more Dak Prescott, more Brandon Cooks, more everybody along those lines, more Michael Parsons, yada, yada. Speaking of a starter who is going to do a little bit more, Trayvon Diggs. While he's not 1,000%, he's getting close. He's very close to being fully healthy, and they're going to ramp him up today. So there will be more Trayvon Diggs. He'll do a little bit more today in practice. Now, will he do team drill and teamwork? I'm not sure, but he's ramping up, preparing for the beginning of the season. So nothing that Mike McCarthy has said has been world-shattering or debilitating. He hasn't given us no bad news. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't said that we're not going to move forward with these contracts with Dak or CeeDee. He hasn't said that anybody has long-term injuries. So there's nothing bad that really came out of this interview. He said it doesn't help Jamar Chase is wanting his bag. That could be holding up CeeDee contract too. If anything, I'm gonna take a page from Landlord's book. They said when you have situations like that, you make those guys a Godfather offer. You make them an offer so good that they can't refuse it. So yes, Jamar Chase does want to reset the market. Jamar Chase has the resume to get top of the market, reset the market, be the next highest paid wide receiver. So to jump ahead of Jamar Chase, you give CeeDee Lamb outlandish money. Go ahead and give CeeDee Lamb the $35 million. Go ahead and give him $35 million. Because Jamar Chase can get damn near 37, 36, 38, right? Because remember, the quarterback market is going to be to where you make $60 million, right? The people they throw the ball to going to have to make similar money. That's generally how it works. When quarterbacks were making $20 million, right, wide receivers were making like 12, 15, 16. When the quarterbacks were making $30 million, wide receivers were making 20, right? So now that quarterbacks are getting close to making 60, the natural order of progression for the wide receivers, who in some cases make the quarterbacks look better than what they are, they're going to want to get the money as well. So since the quarterbacks are moving close to getting 60 million, the natural progression is going to be for the wide receivers to want to get close to 40 or make 40, right? That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. That's just the way that the market works. So go ahead and get ahead of it. Give CeeDee Lamb $35 million today. And by the time the other wide receivers start making 40, 42, 43, you got CeeDee Lamb at a discount. Because that's the direction that it's going. You got to see the writing on the wall and pay attention to what that writing says. If the writing on the wall says that wide receivers are going to be making $40 million very soon, giving CeeDee Lamb $35 million right now to circumvent that in the near future is a perfectly logical and rational move to make. Just go ahead and give him record-setting money. because it won't be record-setting money in the near future any damn way. It'll be a discount. Because listen, great wide receivers coming to the league every other year. Like let's keep it real. We're in a passing league. There's going to always be a wide receiver putting up 14, 15, 1,700 yards. And rightfully so, demanding money for their production. So it's not like if you sit and wait, the wide receiver market is going to go down. Go ahead and pay CeeDee Lamb right now. Get it out the way. And, you know, it's more beneficial for the Dallas Cowboys in that light. So, yeah. But I wouldn't wait for Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is trying to force the Bengals' hand to get a contract done. He has a hold in, not a hold out. Because he's there. He's just not going to practice. Right? He's not losing money because he's there. But he's just not going to go out there and practice. Right? Because he's there in attendance. He's just not going to get on the field until his contract is done. Matter of fact, Jordan Love had a similar situation. It wasn't exactly a holdout, but he made it known that he was not going to take the field until he got his contract done. So he didn't get fined, he didn't get penalized because he was there. He just wasn't going to take the field. So, you know, and maybe CeeDee Lamb should have did that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes your absence speaks louder than your presence. Right? It took Emmitt Smith not being there and the Dallas Cowboys losing the first 2 games before, Jerry Jones signed that contract for him. Oh, Jamar Chase didn't practice, but they actually came out today and said that he was in fact there. He just wasn't going to practice. You know what I'm saying? And listen, these reports could be off. Like, I could be wrong by what they're reporting. You know what I'm saying? But they walked it back a little bit, what I'm saying. What's up with you, Rico? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. And hey, if y'all appreciate the content, if you appreciate your boy Henny jumping on here and rocking out with y'all, make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And make sure you hit that Cash App or that Super Chat, man. We be doing everything in our power to keep the lights on, to continue to bring y'all this substantial Dallas Cowboys content as new media. And we be needing y'all support to keep the lights on, man. So anything y'all can spare, anything y'all can do, you can hit that Cash App, which is $Hennythemoor, or you can hit the Super Chats or the Super Stickers, since we are monetized on this page. And I appreciate y'all in advance for anything and everything that y'all do. Matter of fact, I'll pin it for y'all real quick. And there we go. But yeah, man. And yeah, we're getting close to those 3,000 subs too, man. So if you haven't subbed yet, or if you're already subbed and you know somebody that needs to hear some quality Dallas Cowboys content, let them know about the liquor store and Hennythemoor, man. But let's continue though, man. So I'm going to give my opening thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys versus the Raiders, because that's the next upcoming preseason game, and it's going to be a different animal. I know that we talked about it in passing on the last show that me, Wes, and Landlord did, but this is going to be a different animal in the aspect. They're going to play a lot more of their starters than the Los Angeles Rams did, and we're not. We know Dak Prescott is not going to suit up in preseason. We know that, Brandon Cooks ain't going to play. They didn't even let Jalen Tolbert play. So all the guys that already have secured roster spots for the Dallas Cowboys, they're probably not going to play in the preseason. So these young guys, right? I mean, outside of Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, like, they're going to play because they're raw rookies and they need the reps to prepare for the regular season. So we know this. So when we look at Tyler Guyton, when he goes out there and he gets these snaps, right? He might actually line up against Max Crosby, because Max Crosby played in the preseason opener. When we talk about guys like Seatbelt Carson, and we talk about Eric Scott, they're going to be going up against better quarterbacks than what they played in Stetson Bennett the last preseason game. Hey, shout out to my boy Donald Holmes for the $10 Cash App, man. I appreciate you for the love and support, man, and helping keep the lights on in the liquor store. And if y'all want to be like Donald Holmes and support the liquor store so we continue to do the things that we do, hit that Cash App, man, or hit that Super Chat. It goes a long way helping your boy out. And this is my brother, DC for Life, Texas, coming in. He said, "What's good, Henny? DC for Life, Let's freaking go. Cowboys love number 6. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you for tapping in with me. And it's going to be a different animal for them because the quarterbacks that they're going to be playing against, they're better than Stinson. Aiden O'Connell, he may not be the best quarterback in the National Football League, but he started and won regular season NFL games last year. And we ain't even got to talk about Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew lit up the Dallas Cowboys secondary when he played for the Eagles. It was just like 2-3 years ago. I think it was the 2022 season. So yeah, it was just 2 seasons ago that Gardner Minshew lined up and he was dotting up our defense. He turned the ball over, but he was out that mug throwing dimes. Gardner Minshew got in a shootout with Dak Prescott, and the game was in doubt. That's how good Gardner Minshew played against our secondary 2 years ago. So the level of quarterback that Seatbelt Carson, Eric Scott, right, all these young guys will be going up against is a lot higher than what they had to face in the Rams game. So it's going to be a bigger task, and I will gain more information from seeing them play against the Raiders if they continue to play their starters than I did from that previous game. Because don't get me wrong, they got 4 turnovers. The defense got 4 turnovers this last postseason game. But they were also playing their 2s. They were also playing their 3s. At the end of the game, they were playing their 4s, right? They playing guys that are not going to even be on the team. The Rams played their starters a large majority of their game, right? And listen, Aiden O'Connell came out there, did what he did, and then when they put Aiden O'Connell on the bench, Gardner Minshew, who was a veteran NFL quarterback, came out there. Matter of fact, Gardner Minshew had a winning record last year with the Colts as a starting quarterback. So it's not like he was a Rudy Poo eater. They missed the playoffs by like a half a game, by like a tiebreaker or something like that. So Gardner Minshew was a competent enough quarterback to give young corners fits, right? He got enough talent to actually test them. So that's where my concerns come up. He said, I was hyped, but some of those interceptions we got were pure easy, went straight to the corners and safety. Said this may prove out to be the best rookie class in years. Hopefully. Because listen, I like them as players. I like Seatbelt. I like Tyler Guyton. I like Nealon, even though some of these guys I had to grow into liking. They weren't initially my first picks. But from everything we've seen in training camp and preseason, the young guys that we picked up can play. They got talent. They showed some flashes here and there. So they're growing as players. Like they're talented. My thing is, he said, Henny, it sounds like Trey is quarterback 2, according to Mike. He need not be. And this is the thing I want to throw out there about the Trey Lance Cooper Rush thing. What has Trey Lance done to earn the backup quarterback role over Cooper Rush? Besides be athletic. Besides having a $5 million cap hit. And besides, being a move, him being here a move by the owner. What has he done to merit the Dallas Cowboys saying that he's quarterback 2? We seen them both in the preseason game. Did Trey Lance look better than Cooper Rush in the preseason game, despite the fact that Trey Lance played more? Even with Trey Lance playing more, he looked worse than Cooper Rush. But listen, we know that politics come into play sometimes. We know that they have their own thought process about how they want to handle things and how they want the quarterback room to look. That's fine and dandy. But I personally don't think that Trey Lance deserves to be quarterback 2. And that's just me. I'm just a random dude in Texas talking to y'all in his kitchen about the Dallas Cowboys. That's it. But we'll see, though. I want to see what Trey Lance does this upcoming preseason game, because I think it'll be a bigger task. They'll play more. this upcoming preseason. They'll have better competition. So we'll see. If they allow Trey Lance to play another 3.5 quarters against quality NFL defensive backs, because I think they will play their starters a little bit more. Right? We'll see. JB2, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the podcast, my brother. He said, I hear that it's a difficult decision. On one hand, Trey athleticism and upside are hard to pass up. On the other side, he ain't earned or done shit. And yeah, that's the thing. I don't like the fact that they're just trying to hand this to him. I don't like the fact they're just trying to hand it to him. Now listen, if he had went out there and he had lit it up in preseason, I would have been more open about it. I would have been more open about Trey becoming quarterback too. But if they're just really trying to hand it to him after not playing well in the preseason, after not really outperforming Cooper Rush in training camp, then you know it is what it is. Appreciate y'all good folks, man. Appreciate y'all. So man, I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah, it's going to be a bigger task. We'll talk about it more when I come back tonight. I'm going to do a short show tonight, give y'all about 40 minutes, because I got family time to spend. Like, I got some family time to spend when I get home. So I'll go live. I'll give y'all about 40 minutes of Cowboys content about the Raiders, who they played this last game, all that other stuff. I'll jump off, and then you know. But yeah, we'll talk about it in a little bit more depth tonight. But I gotta get back to work. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me on my lunchtime. I'm gonna get at y'all. Peace, God bless. And on the way out, continue to hit those like buttons, continue to hit those Cash App buttons, continue to hit that super chat button, continue to slap the shit out these Eagles fans, man. And in the word of my big cousin, West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the star is up. He said, Henny, hold on. Henny, you're tripping. It's one preseason game played, judging by all the preseason games. Trey Lance, we ain't finna do this. We ain't finna do this. Cause listen, you know that we have footage from training camp too, right? You know we got the training camp footage. You know we also seen him in preseason. We also have actual NFL games played of Cooper Rush. We seen Cooper Rush play in regular NFL games. Trey Lance does not look better than Cooper Rush. Trey Lance has not played well. He just ain't. Now, I understand that y'all want to be optimistic. Y'all want to give the young prospect with the upside a chance. Tell the nigga to earn it. Tell the nigga to earn it then. Because last time I checked, Trey Lance is a fourth-year NFL veteran. Regardless of what y'all talk about with him not playing a lot of football, he is a fourth-year NFL veteran. He's either been hurt or outperformed every season that he's been in the National Football League. And that's why he ain't played a lot of football. Like, y'all don't just be talking about the whys. Y'all say he ain't played a lot of football. Yes, because he ain't been good enough to get on the field or he's been hurt. My boy, Dak Prescott played well in the preseason. We saw that he was a good in an actual preseason game. Did Trey Lance look like Dak Prescott? And matter of fact, that's not even fair, right? That makes Trey Lance look worse because Dak Prescott was making those same throws he was missing as a fourth-round pick rookie. As a rookie, Trey Lance is in his fourth year. He's in his fourth year. So I get it. Y'all like the athleticism. Y'all like the upside. Y'all like the arm strength. That arm strength and athleticism don't mean shit if he is not going to throw the ball to your guy. Right? And listen, we'll talk about it more tonight, my brother. Because listen, I understand the train of thought. I see the vision. But Trey Lance don't see the vision because he can't see the field. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna get at y'all later. Peace, God bless, and your boys out. Holler at me tonight at about 6:10, and we'll go.